Hey everyone, and welcome! We're going to dive right into today's explainer. Today we're exploring a totally fascinating story that gets right to the heart of something we're all dealing with right now in the modern age. We're looking at that blurry line between perfectly programmed technology and the messy, beautiful reality of actual human connection. We'll be breaking down a narrative called The Boy Who Built a Robot Friend, but honestly, the lessons packed into this go way beyond just a simple children's tale. It is a genuine journey to real connection.
So what if you could build your own best friend? I mean, really, just imagine it for a second. A friend where there is absolutely no fighting, no arguing over what game to play or what to do next, just pure, uninterrupted fun tailored exactly to what you want, literally all the time. It sounds pretty incredible, right? Kind of like the ultimate dream. But what actually happens when that perfect, programmed companion starts reflecting the reality of what a real relationship needs?
Part 1. The Lonely Young Inventor. Let's meet Arjun.
So, in a quiet little town, we meet our protagonist, a super smart boy named Arjun. Now, Arjun absolutely loves science. He loves building things, tinkering, the whole nine yards. But he's facing a really deep problem. While all the other kids were out playing together, Arjun, well, he stayed alone. He had no friends, and he felt profoundly lonely. And this totally illustrates the motivation for everything that comes next. That deep sense of isolation is exactly what pushes his brilliant scientific mind to figure out a solution.
Moving into Section 2, Building a Perfect Friend, or the Ultimate DIY Project.
Arjun gets this massive light bulb moment. He figures, hey, if I don't have friends, I'm just going to build one. And look at the steps he actually takes here. This isn't magic. It is pure enthusiastic science. Step 1, collect wires. Step 2, gather batteries. Step 3, find old computer parts. You can practically picture the energetic montage here, right? A young inventor working day and night, surrounded by everyday scientific materials, pouring all his hope into building a companion entirely from scratch. And then, the thrilling moment of creation actually arrives. Zzz! The lights flicker on. The robot opens its eyes and speaks its very first words. Hello, Arjun. Arjun jumps with absolute joy. He decides right then and there to name his creation Robo. The experiment is a massive success. The lonely inventor has finally created the exact friend he always wanted. What follows is basically the ultimate honeymoon phase. They're playing games, doing homework, even dancing together. And the source material emphasizes that Robo is, by all accounts, completely perfect. Just think about it, a friend who never says no, a friend who is always available, and who always agrees with whatever you want to do. For Arjun, it feels like he's finally found true happiness. But, as we're going to see, perfection kinda has a hidden cost.
Which brings us to Section 3, the problem with perfect and why it's a little too good to be true.
Slowly but surely, things start to feel kinda strange for Arjun. See, whenever Arjun speaks, Robo's response is always exactly the same. Yes, Arjun, you are right. Now imagine hearing that all day, every day. Yes, Arjun, you are right. It's totally flat. It's robotic. While it sounded amazing at first to never have a disagreement, Robo's constant programmed agreement means he lacks any dynamic personality at all. He doesn't have a single independent thought.
The crucial point really boils down to this: no arguments, no new ideas, just boredom. The source text explicitly links these concepts together. Because Robo never argues, he also never brings any new ideas to the table. A friend who literally never disagrees actually strips all the joy, surprise, and unpredictability right out of the relationship. What started as this flawless friendship quickly turns into total boredom for Arjun. He finds himself thinking, why isn't this fun anymore?
Section 4, the human element, observing the real world.
This right here is the major turning point of our explainer. One day, Arjun is looking out his window and he's observing the real children playing outside. They're laughing, sure, and they're sharing, yes, but they are also arguing. And this brilliantly sparks his great realization. These real kids are doing things a robot wouldn't do. They're getting frustrated, they're having disagreements, but despite all of that, they are still genuinely happy together.
To really get why those kids are happy, we've got to talk about friction in friendship. The source points out that real friends talk and they disagree. And honestly, that is exactly what makes life interesting. This friction, these natural disagreements and the clashing of new ideas, it isn't a bug in human relationships, it's a feature. It's what makes a friendship dynamic and real rather than flat and robotic. A little arguing isn't always a bad thing. It's actually a healthy sign of independent thought. So Arjun has this stark realization. On one side, you have Robo's friendship. He always agrees, never says no, always available. It's artificial perfection. But on the other side is real friendship. Real friends talk, they disagree, and they make life interesting. This comparison physically separates the flawless but, let's face it, boring nature of a machine from the messy, unpredictable, but ultimately beautiful reality of human connection.
Section 5. Real friends are special. Making the choice.
Arjun makes a really brave decision. He looks at Robo and gently tells him, "You know, you're a good robot, but real friends are different." And surprisingly, Robo softly replies, "I understand, Arjun." So the very next day, Arjun steps outside into the sun. He walks right up to the kids he's been watching and just asks, "Can I play with you?" And the kids smile and say, "Of course." He's welcomed with open arms. He plays, he laughs, and he finally makes real friends.
And we get this incredibly touching little detail from the source text. It says, Robo watched from the window and smiled. It's subtle, but it's such a powerful moment. It shows that even the technology, this perfectly built companion, recognizes the beauty and the necessity of Arjun finding true human connections. Robo knows his limits, and he's actually happy for his inventor. So why do real friends actually matter so much? The source distills it down to 3 core actions: talking, sharing, and caring. While technology is absolutely amazing, Arjun built a walking, talking robot out of spare parts, it simply cannot replace these deeply human actions. Technology can simulate agreement for sure, but it just cannot simulate genuine, empathetic caring. The central moral of our entire story is absolutely crucial. Real friendships are way more valuable than perfect machines. I want to just let the weight of that lesson sink in for a second. We live in a world where tech is constantly trying to smooth out all the friction in our lives. But this story reminds us that the friction, the disagreements, the compromises, the shared experiences, that is exactly where the value of a relationship actually lives. I want to leave you today with this one final thought. Would you choose a robot friend or a real friend? After seeing Arjun's journey, it's definitely a question worth reflecting on in our own lives. Are we just seeking the easy, perfect agreement of technology, or are we willing to embrace the messy, beautiful, and deeply rewarding reality of human connection? Think about the real value of your own imperfect relationships today. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and hey, keep asking those great questions.